and welcome inside the Cross Insurance Arena right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes with you, and you are watching Class B South Regional semifinal action right here on the Northeast Sports Network, brought to you in part by the Big Apple stores. And Lenny, we've got a great one coming up here tonight. These two teams played each other once earlier this year, and it was Yarmouth, the 3 seed, who was able to get it done. But both coasted in their last game. Maranacook won 57-37 over Lisbon, and Yarmouth won 47-32 over Spruce Mountain. So we're expecting a great matchup here tonight.
Yeah, I think tonight for actually both these games we're going to see it's two very hotly contested matchups, some great athletes on both sides of the floor. Yarmouth, who was kind of a perennial in the Class B, lost some of their traditional rivals with the schools like Greeley and Cape Elizabeth and all those ones moving up to the new Class A classification in terms of numbers. So they're here in the B, and I think they feel pretty good about themselves, where they played a very difficult schedule all season long against some of those better A teams, and now they're back here. Maranacook, this is a new place for them. For years, they've traditionally been a Eastern Maine team, not playing down here in the Portland area. But they seemed right at home at the Expo the other night in the quarterfinal game, so I don't think they're going to shy away from it. They're a very explosive and exciting team, so I think it's going to be a great game. Yeah, and I saw the Maranacook game, and it seemed like in the first half they really didn't get into themselves, but the second half a totally different team came out. And I think what makes them dangerous is that you can't key in on one player or two. Kent Moeller is really big for them, but Kyle Wilbur, Hayden Elwell, and then they've got a couple guys off the bench, so really balance in every form. Yeah, Moeller's a great player. Wilbur's a shooter and can get a lot of things done as well. Those two have been their primary scorers all season long. Yarmouth is more of a transitional type team, and also they'll bang it inside to the big fella. And Maranacook won the KVAC this year. And then with Yarmouth, Lenny, we talk about Mubarak as well. He's a guard for them. And they've got great size as well, with Medincia and Haggerty 6'7" and 6'5" down low. Yeah, both of those players are strong interior players. Both of them are underclassmen. Say it again for me. Medicia. I say it wrong. I want to say "ka" at the end. Medicia. He's a junior, and Haggerty's one of the top sophomores in the state. Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by the C.N. Brown Company's Big Apple Stores and Heating Oil Division, providing the best heating oil services throughout New England for over 65 years, as well as 77 Big Apple stores. C.N. Brown Company proudly supports the 2016 MPA Girls and Boys Regional Semifinals and Regional Finals right here on the Northeast Sports Network. They're going through starting lineups. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the opening tip-off right after this.
C.N. Brown Company operates 77 Big Apples, 27 heating oil offices, and 15 service stations throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. We are proud to support our youth and invite teams, family, and friends to stop in for post-game snacks, energy drinks, coffee, and more. Sign up for our rewards program and earn rewards every time you shop and fuel up at our Big Apple locations. Start your day the Big Apple way. Support the company that supports your team. Fuel up at the Big Apple food stores.
Number 15, a senior, Charles Colley. Number 20, a sophomore, Owen Kernan. Number 21, a junior, John Toma. Number 22, a freshman, Noah Eckersley-Ray. And number 24, a freshman, Finn Scott. Squad members for Maranacook. Number 4, a sophomore, Brian Riley. Number 5, a sophomore, Jackson McFedrin. Number 20, a senior, Kai Smith. Number 22, senior, Austin Lining. Number 21, a sophomore, Silas Moore. Number 34, as a sophomore, Nate Clark. And number 55, a sophomore, Dan Moran. And now for the starting lineups, the forward for Yarmouth. 0, 6'5", a sophomore, Nolan Back for Yarmouth, number 3, 5'9", the senior, Mubarak. And for Maranacook, number 13, the senior, Ken Moore. The head coach of Yarmouth High School is Adam Smith. Head coach of Maranacook is Rob Schmidt. Our certified athletic trainer today is Anne-Marie Bouchard. School board operator Dave Erie. Official timer Tyler Berthew. Official scorer Paul Perry. And the officials for this game are Jim Prophet, Tom Ray, and John Ogalevitis. And now would everybody please stand for our national anthem, which will be sung for us tonight by a 7th grader from Yarmouth Middle School, Parker Arnett.
Grader from Yarmouth. And
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, pretty
Pretty
good.
darn good, huh?
Confidence, too.
Yeah.
So we're getting set here. We've got the 2 versus 3 matchup. Maranacook coming in with a 17-2 record. Their only losses this year coming against Gardner and Yarmouth coming in the 3 seed with a 14-5 record coming out of the Western Maine Conference. And really, I think from what I saw the other day, Lenny, both these teams really like to get out and run, especially Maranacook. They kind of feed off of turnovers in their defensive side of the ball.
No question about it. They want to get up and down the floor, and I think both teams really prefer that style, so we should get an exciting start here and see them get going.
And the Clippers win the tip. They'll get it to Mubarak. They've got Haggerty down in the post, and they feed it down to him. He'll get it over to Menendezia, and he's good for 2.
Yeah, nice pass by Haggerty out of that low post. Saw his teammate cutting through and got the easy 2 for him.
So right on the board, 20 seconds into this one, the Clippers jump out to the lead. Here's Kent Moeller. He kicks it over, finds Elwell to Wilbur. He likes to shoot. And here's Brooks.
Everybody likes to shoot.
He especially likes to shoot. Kick ball there will stay with the Black Bears.
And not everybody can do it either.
The Black Bears coming out of the KVAC, and they really had a really successful year, 17 wins, and they were able to take the KVAC championship as well.
Yeah, KVAC having a lot of success in this tournament with a big win by Oceanside yesterday over Hamden in the Class A bracket up north.
Shocked the basketball world. Here's Wilbur, no good. Track down, Mubarak will get it, and quickly almost turned over there by, that's Bailey Darling.
Kind of a 1-2-2 for Maranacook here defensively.
Haggerty kick pass over to Darling, and he shoots it and gets the open 3.
Nice look there. Again, a nice pass by Haggerty. 2 baskets, 2 assists for him.
So quickly, 5-0, the Clippers coming out in this one. Here's Wilbur. Wilbur works it over to Levi Emery, who had a great game the other day against Lisbon. 3 ball, no good. Tracked down by Darling. Get it up to Mubarak. And And he'll work it out to Haggerty. And they're going to call a travel.
We've seen a bunch of those this week, that's for sure. This is I don't even know what game this is, but it's flowing, and there's so many of them called. Point of emphasis usually come tournament time, and it certainly helps disrupt the flow.
Here's Moeller. He's a fun athlete to watch. Behind the back, gets the floater, no good. Fought for down low by Emery, couldn't come down with it.
Haggerty challenged nicely on that shot.
Shields Obel will feed down low to the big man, and he gets it stripped away.
Yeah, put the ball on the floor, got to take it away from him.
Moeller almost loses the ball in transition, and Emery gets it stolen away, and Moeller steals it right back.
Nice job there staying in the play.
He pushes it himself, fights for the rebound, can't get it, and back and forth we go.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Maranacook with their size to score on the interior of those two 6'7", 6'5" Yarmouth players.
Yeah, I think a lot of the onus is going to be on Levi Emery. He's really the biggest guy that they have down low, playing in the middle. Mubarak from three, and he'll drain that, so the Clippers off to a strong start. And quickly up for two, Kyle Wilbur.
Yeah, nice job there on transition after the three. Mubarak just took the shot, didn't really look for see where his man was, and he ended up leaking out there and getting an easy two to get them on the board.
Yeah, it took a little too much time celebrating.
Yeah, yeah, watching it, posing.
All the way over to Darling and up for two. That's actually Shields Obel. And that's his first bucket of the day. 4 scores for the Clippers.
Yeah, they're being very good on the offensive end right now. You wonder if Maranacook, another one scores, or they get themselves a timeout and make an adjustment.
Wilbur, bounce pass, try to feed down low to Emery, and it'll stay with Maranacook. That was a little bit of an ambitious pass right there.
Yeah, yeah, it was, and it was really hard even if it caught it. He really had nowhere to go with it.
They feed it to Wilbur. He's open for three. Doesn't hesitate, but can't get it to go. And they'll get a foul there on the backside. That one on Jason Brooks.
Yeah, reached over the top after the rebound was there. Fisher going to make that call. And again, they are, so far, the first 4 minutes here, Maranacook has been one and done on every possession. Now they kind of extend to a little 1-2-2 half-court trap.
So
not where you want to go with the ball.
Mubarak somehow gets it over to Shields Obel. And the skip pass over to Darling. He just hit one from a couple minutes ago. Can't get that one to go. Quickly up to Wilbur. He does not have numbers. Doesn't stop him.
It does not matter.
Can't get it to go, off balance there.
Yeah, but that's their style of play. They've got to be able to play loose, play like they like to do.
Moeller comes up with another steal. He pushes it himself. Blows by everybody for two.
Nice job there getting to the rim.
Kent Moeller, the senior guard for Maranacook. Do-it-all type player. They feed down low to Medicia, and he gets it up for two.
Yeah, nice job there of breaking the pressure that time. They went inside. He passed it over to the wing, and then he flashed down in the low post, and Haggerty found him down low for an easy two.
And how important is that battle going to be down low to try and keep him off that block and out of the paint?
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. He's got just too much size for him, and he finishes well. That's the second piece of it. Sometimes you see the big fellows down in there, they don't always finish around the hoop. He's finished twice now, and he was really deep. That's the other thing about it. You've got to get him out of that area where he can just turn and lay it in.
So he'll go for three here, gets to go. That's 5 quick points for the junior forward. I guess they technically call him a forward, but he's really a center.
Yeah, and he's going to come out of the game right now.
Take a little bit of breather.
Yeah, and that's Coach Smith's style. He's going to give everybody, the players, they're all going to get 4 or 5 minutes, then he'll get guys in and out quick.
Moeller, top of the key. Tries to blow by Mubarak, and they're going to call him, I think, for a reach-in. And that's the first foul on Mubarak.
Yeah, it was on 15. I thought it looked like Cawley who might have got him, and he did.
So that's actually on Cawley. That's the first team foul on the Clippers.
Tried to get the ball on the Moeller on that inbounds play, but he just couldn't handle it.
They pick up pressure just over half. Darling takes a baseline. Can't get it to go. Rebound fought for and off the fingertips there of Haggerty.
Yep. Haggerty tried to get that offensive rebound, but he couldn't hang on to it, and Darling with the shot a little bit short.
Good start for the Clippers here on the Northeast Sports Network, 13-4. They jump out on top of the Black Bears. Moeller, NBA three.
Pass.
Tracked down by that's Silas Moeller, who's come in.
He's making a pass to his brother. That's what was going on there. That was a pass. That was a pass.
They practiced that.
Yeah.
So it'll stay with the Black Bears as Haggerty and Darling will get a breather here. The bounce pass almost picked off, actually kicked.
Yeah.
And Ty Smith has come in for the Black Bears.
That 2-3 zone really bottling up the interior there. Marek's going to have to knock down a couple of threes to get those guys a little more honest.
Here's Wilbur coming off the pick. Almost pass picked off. They kick it over to Silas Moeller. Here's Brooks. Kent Moeller tries to take Mubarak off the dribble. Almost moves his pivot foot. Regains the dribble.
Yeah, Mubarak actually kind of helped him out by knocking that ball loose and giving him his dribble back.
Ty Smith, jumper no good. Quickly pushed up all the way.
Great outlet pass.
That one's up to O'Donnell. Bounce pass into Medincia, and he gets another bucket.
That's a beautiful pass by Cauley there. Drew the defender and then made that little drop down so they'll lay it.
Get the energy savings and value you deserve. Switch to CN Brown Company. Support the community or the company that supports your team. Visit cnbrown.com to learn more. Lenny, obviously a great start for the Clippers. They've had balance. They've had 4 different scorers led by their big man who's got 7 early on.
Yeah, they've done a nice job offensively. Very, very efficient with those with the interior passing, giving Medicia some easy looks at the basket. And I think Morena's got to make some adjustments here. With that little half-court pressure, Yarmouth has handled it pretty easily and leading to easy baskets.
So 15-4, 2:15 to go in the first quarter right here at the Cross Insurance Arena. Moeller dribbles over half, blows by Mubarak, held in the air there for a second, but somehow comes back out with it. Silas Moeller's attempt is no good, tracked down by Wilbur. He gets it to Brooks. And Wilbur will try and weave in and out, feeds it over to Smith.
Going to be on the floor, that foul there.
They were very close to turning that ball over.
Again, Maranacook's used to scoring a lot more points than this. They're just not getting on track offensively.
Yeah, they put up 57 last game, and they were only at 27 at the half, so 30 in the second half. Here's Moeller. This is Silas Moeller, the sophomore. Mubarak coming out playing great D.
Very close to getting 5 on him there.
They get it inside to Kent Moeller. Over to Brooks, and another foul. So we have a block.
It was on Shields Obel.
So that's his first personal. Still Yarmouth in no sort of foul trouble here. Only 3 team fouls. Thrown over to Wilbur, who jumps back over half.
Obviously no possession there, so no backcourt.
Kent Moeller off the dribble. Can't get it to go, and Haggerty comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, you can really see the interior defense of Yarmouth is bothering Maranacook a lot. They're just not able to get the normal easy looks that they get when they get into the interior there. Yeah,
they're daring them to hit outside shots. Good ball movement by the Clippers, and up for 2.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Maranacook's going to have to switch up that defense right now. Yarmouth is just picking it apart.
4 points for Devin Shields Obel. And 17-4, the Clippers coming out here with a statement in the first quarter. Kent Moeller, 50 seconds left on the game clock. Over to Brooks. Here's Wilbur. He's been quiet so far. Moeller, in between 4 Clippers, tried to draw contact and didn't get the call.
Yeah, you can see a little frustration setting in there as well. You know, those are not good shots right now. Again, you play your style that you like to play, but eventually you've got to kind of adjust to what the defense, and you can't keep driving it in that size.
20 seconds left in the quarter. Mubarak pulls it back over to Shields Oval. Kick it over to O'Donnell. 10 seconds left. Good ball movement. Here's Shields Oval. Over to Haggerty. Back to Mubarak. 2 on the shot clock. No good, but that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, 17-4. And you are watching live coverage right here of the Class B Boys South Regional Semifinal action on the CN Brown Company Big Apple Stores and Heating Oil Division right here on the Northeast Sports Network Broadcast Network. We'll be back with the second quarter.
Have you ever aspired to be a part of a group of classmates competing for a team state championship?
Have you ever dreamed of competing against other contestants from Maine for an individual state championship?
Then consider getting involved in one of the 27 activities sponsored or supported by the Maine Principals Association. Over 49,000 Maine high school students participated last year alone.
You will develop skills such as teamwork, leadership, perseverance, and sportsmanship.
We urge you to get involved.
Hi, this is Lenny Holmes, director of the Maine Hoops Basketball Club. Maine Hoops is the state's longest-running provider of youth tournaments and instruction. Go to mainehoops.com for a complete listing of spring activity, including club teams and tournaments. We now have non-school teams and instruction in Bangor, Waterville, and Southern Maine. Missed a tryout? You can still get on a team. Go to mainehoops.com for all details. There is something for all players, grades 4 through 11. Maine Hoops is home to the shooting school, Maine's top shooting instruction. See mainehoops.com or bettershooters.com for more details.
Back here on the Northeast Sports Network, Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes for the second quarter. Jumper from Smith, no good. 17-4, Yarmouth up on top of Maranacook. Mubarak in transition, too strong off the glass.
Yeah, nice job there getting to the rim, but just didn't finish on it.
Picked off, he makes up for his mistake, and now he can push. Gets it into O'Donnell, jumper too short. Medincia picks up the rebound, gets triple teamed, and somehow Smith comes up with it.
Yeah, Medincia again putting the ball on the floor there. You really don't want your bigs to do that.
Wilbur can't get the bounce to go, but Smith comes up with it too strong. That was Emery actually trying for it. So 3 opportunities for the Black Bears, couldn't get it to go, but they keep possession. And you can see, Lenny, and Wilbur with a deep 3, no good. We were talking about this during the break. This is a different level of team that Maranacook's used to, and it's a lot more difficult, especially 6'5", 6'7" down in the post.
Yeah, they've got to get, they got the first quarter under their belt. They've got to get used to it and kind of make some adjustments. You can't just keep beating your head off the wall and trying the same old thing again and again. Now you see them maybe pull up, take the little 12-footer instead.
Mubarak airballs that 3, gets into the hands of Elwell there. Cross-court pass over to Wilbur in the corner. Emery will chuck up a 3 and drains it.
Yeah, nice little catch and shot there. Maybe that'll get them rolling a little bit.
Yeah, and he had a huge game against Lisbon, especially defensively, but chipped in on the offensive end as well. And to kickstart this offense, now back down 10, 17-7. Here's Darling over to Mubarak. Medincia, good pass down low, and too strong from Shields Oval.
Yeah, nice little backdoor cut there. Got the zone to come up a little bit higher on that, but just couldn't finish it.
A good ball movement from the Clippers early on. Emery left open for 3. Too short. Goes to Darling. He pushes up to O'Donnell. To Mubarak. Tough bounce pass. Tracked down, saved. And O'Donnell drains the jumper.
Yeah. Nice job there, keeping control of the basketball, then finding O'Donnell for the baseline.
Dove on the floor, gets to Emery. Here's Wilbur for 3. Can't get it to go. Picked off by Elwell, and he gets fouled in the process. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, now we mentioned earlier in the game, Maranacook was one and done on almost every possession. And this time, the last 2 or 3 different possessions down here, they've been able to keep the ball alive, get a handle on it, and now will be rewarded with a couple of foul shots.
CN Brown Company with 77 Big Apple stores throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont proudly supports high school basketball online at cnbrown.com. First one, no good from Elwell. They're going to bring back in Silas Moeller. Kent Moeller still on the bench getting a breather for the Black Bears.
I think coach may be just trying to settle him down. You know, he's trying to do, sometimes you try to do too much, and that can hurt your team more than help it. So probably just settle him down, and he'll get him back in here probably. I bet next dead ball you'll see him in the game.
19-8 right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes. Winner will advance to face the winner of Lake Region and Lincoln Academy coming up next. Medincia comes out of the post, top of the key. Darling gets rejected.
Yeah, Darling did a nice job splitting the zone in between the two things, but got in the middle there. Should have kicked it out.
Here's Silas Moeller. Over to Wilbur. Wilbur likes to shoot. Gets past his defender, and they're going to call a block there.
Yeah. I think he just got him a little bit of body contact as he went down. The official made the call on that.
Joey Fortin will come in, and he'll take out Shields Oval for the Clippers. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. That one off the foot, so we'll do it over.
Yeah, second time we've seen them. They really have had a hard time on these end line out of bounds. I mean, most of the time you want to try to get yourself a good look.
I was going to say, both of them had their backs to him. Wilbur in and out, no good. And saved there. We'll see. I think that was a foul on the Clippers.
Yeah, Mendicia.
2 fouls on him, so not quite into panic mode, but we're getting pretty close there in the first half.
As I anticipated, Moeller back in here 30, 35 seconds later. Kent Moeller.
They get it into Emery. Here's Silas Moeller over to Kent. Kent finds Wilbur in the corner. No good. Rebound and kicked out to Mubarak. He'll take the jumper. And that one no good, and they're going to call a reach-in foul, and that must be on Fortin.
Yeah, it was on Fortin. Trying to keep the ball alive, getting after it. And now the foul's starting to pile up a little bit here.
I was going to say, now we're in the bonus.
Yeah, it's like nothing, and all of a sudden in the last 2 minutes there's been 4 fouls called on Yarmouth.
Yeah, and part of that has got to be the change philosophy-wise. Maranacook's attacking the rim a little bit more.
Yeah, get to the basket.
Free throw made there by Silas Moeller. The younger brother of Kent. Second one is good as well.
They got that lead under 10 now.
Yeah, they've pulled back. It was kind of interesting with the game that we saw last night with Brunswick getting off to a tough start, and then they rebounded. Not quite as well in the second quarter here from Maranacook, but coming back into this one.
Yeah. Haggerty's been on the bench for a little while now. He did a nice job getting on his possessions, moving the basketball and finding the open players. They had a little tougher time this last couple minutes.
Medincia takes it to the hoop himself, so strong and agile.
Yeah, got a nice from the high post here, nice one dribble. It's right straight to the basket.
That's 9 quick points for him, so he's almost outscoring the whole Maranacook team. Wilbur gets it picked off by Mubarak, and he's off and running, and up for 2.
Yeah, Mubarak, you got to watch yourself with him around. He's got super quick hands. Got a nice little steal there, and this time he finished.
So now we're back to a 13-point lead and just totally picked off by Medincia. And again, this one picked off, that's Elwell, and he gets fouled by Mubarak, and kind of a hard foul too.
And Mubarak tried to help him up. He didn't want any of it. And I really like Mubarak was trying to get out of the way.
Right.
If you look at this replay here, you can see he's kind of just trying to veer off, turned his back, and really just unfortunately created the body contact and a hard foul. Looks like, but really not his intention.
Right. Just 2 guys running real quick. First one no good there by Elwell. 3:43 to go, 23-10. Clippers up on top of the Black Bears. And the second one is good by Elwell. And we'll get a timeout taken here. Full timeout taken by Maranacook. Down 23-11. And probably the big story here is Alec Medincia. He's got 9 points from my tally here. And he's been a factor on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job out there, both offensively and defensively. Big kid, as we said. showing some nice smooth touch around the basket. And that's going to be something that's going to be probably the whole game. I don't think Maranacook really has an answer for him. So they're going to have to figure out maybe how to slow him down. And what's interesting is they put him out in that high post area the last couple possessions.
Yeah.
So he's just not down in the low post. They're moving him around a little bit, making it more difficult for them to guard.
Yeah, absolutely. That takes it to another dimension when you have a guy that can play inside and out like that.
Yeah. And I think what you got to do, if he catches that in that high post area, you might want to make him hit one. You know what I mean? Take his step off, make him knock down one of those shots. If he does, you shake his hand and go, okay, now you can do that too. All right, we'll figure something else out.
These teams played earlier this year, back December 18th, and it was Yarmouth that won that 70-60, but obviously a lot changes over the course of a couple months. Actually, 2 months from today, they played that game.
Yeah, and again, we've seen that a lot here in this tournament.
Yes.
Teams that those early games have meant very little in terms of outcome.
So we got 3:43 left in the first half. And it is the Clippers in control early on right here on the Northeast Sports Network.
Yeah, they got this out to 10 or 12 early, and they kind of just coasted with it since.
Get over to Darling, back to Mubarak. Trying to feed Medincia. They do right there at the free throw line. He gets triple teamed. Get it back to Mubarak. Over to O'Donnell. No good, too strong. Good rebound there by Medincia, and he gets fouled in the process.
Yeah, that's a great, strong rebound by him. Got to the weak side. Typically, as an offensive rebounder, if the shot's coming from that right corner, it's going to rebound long over there. He went right to the spot. Really nice job by him.
That's only the fourth team foul on Maranacook, but that's 3 on Elwell, so that's a guy to keep an eye on. I'll get it out to Mubarak. Here's Darling. They find it over to Haggerty, deep jumper, and he drills it.
Yeah, just inside the three-point line. It's one of those ones, Coach, kid, hey, you're going to shoot at 19-7. Can we go back 2 inches and get us 3 for that?
That's a 6th score for Yarmouth in the first half, so a lot of balance for them offensively. Moeller trying to find something with Wilbur. Wilbur goes to Emery. He takes a jumper, too strong. Rebound fought for and almost saved there by Brooks, but he stepped out.
Yeah, he got up in the air there, tried to throw it off the Yarmouth player, Mendicia, who quickly covered and let the ball go back there, or maybe he didn't cover. He's bent over there. He might have got it right in the gut. No, he's okay. Slaps the official on the back, and they back the other way.
It's interesting how they always check in on the players.
Yeah.
Mubarak gets it over to Darling again. They look to feed. Cross-court pass picked off by O'Donnell. Get it in to the big guy. He'll take the jumper, and he'll drill it.
As I said, I said you might want to let him take that one. Right now, everything he's throwing up is going in, and Maranacook's got to find an answer.
Moeller bounced past Emery. He gets rejected.
Ooh.
But they'll call a foul there on Haggerty.
I don't think it was on Haggerty. I think they called it just a little bit late on the shot, if I'm not mistaken. No, you're right, Haggerty.
We'll see it over here on the replay. Yeah, and he does come in and
yeah,
whack him right after.
Yep.
Emery hits the free throw. He's the leading scorer from Maranacook with 4 points. How important, Lenny, are these final 2:25 in terms of keeping this one within 10 points or so?
Yeah, what you'd really like to do is you're down by 14 right now. You really would like to, especially with Mendicia going out now, you'd really like to see if you can maybe get that under 10 before the halftime.
So they got 2:15 to work with here, getting doubled up, 27-13. Clippers work it around the perimeter.
Yeah, right now with Maranacook not wanting to come out and challenge, they don't need to shoot, but they do.
And Darling hits an open 3. Good ball movement there.
Yeah, Maranacook was just kind of staying back in that zone and not coming out and contesting, and said, okay, if you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it.
Moeller draws traffic, gets it over to Silas Moeller. No good. Rebound fought for, and Haggerty comes up with it.
Yeah, Maranacook real in danger here right now. Not getting under 10, but getting completely away from that.
And if you're Coach Smith, you probably couldn't ask for much more out of what your Clippers have done here early on.
Well, let me see. You're shooting the lights out. You're knocking threes. You're scoring inside, and you're getting turnovers, and you're defensive rebounding. When you put those little marks up on the board, what do we want to do? I'm sure he's going check plus, check plus, check plus.
So they've got a 17-point lead early on. Mubarak. And they're content to work it around with that ball movement.
Yeah, I mean, Maranacook's really not coming out and challenging them. And I know it's early still, but you're down 17 points. You've got to make something happen a little bit. Just staying back.
And Yarmouth content to work it around. They've had great ball movement. Like I said, they have 6 different scorers in the first half. Pick comes. And they'll get it back to Darling. He's hit a couple big shots for the Clippers. Moeller comes in to try and steal that one. And they're going to call that foul, I believe, on Brian Riley.
There's really no need to oh, what do we got there? Jump ball?
Oh, a jump ball.
Oops. It looked like a reach in there, got him on
Sure.
the arm, and Adam Smith is not happy about it. You better get inside that box or they'll be sending it down the other way.
So
it was a jump ball, but it was
possession era was different.
See, we haven't had any controversy this tournament with somebody messing up on the possession arrow, have we? We won't bring that up, right?
Right.
I think Smith was about ready to come out of his shoes.
And they did switch the possession arrow, so they're doing a good job tonight. I'm sure everybody's on high alert after that.
Yeah, twice in one tournament would not be good.
And Clippers content here to work it around the perimeter. That one almost off the foot of Mubarak. And now the pressure's coming out a little bit more.
Yeah, now you got to worry about something coming down on that backside on the baseline where Yarmouth has done a nice job sending somebody when they come up too high. So you can see you got 4 or 5 guys coming up high.
They get it to O'Donnell, Haggerty down in the post. They really, it's that 4 and 1, 4 on the outside and 1 guy. And now
that's what I was
Bailey
talking about.
comes in.
Doesn't get the finish.
Gets his own rebound, and he's giving up a couple inches to all those guys.
Yeah, exactly what I was talking about. Somebody on the baseline flashing up through as they continue to draw Maranacook. And there's
Mubarak with a huge steal off Moeller. He'll take it himself. Moeller goes in and takes a hard hit off the padding there. He's a little slow to get up, but Mubarak gets back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Mubarak actually kind of got bailed out there by that last little bit of contact. He kind of went off balance and tried to just throw it up there. But again, boy, what quick hands, huh? He's just been unbelievable in the half court. They pick their head up and the ball's going the other way.
Yeah, he's a bulldog, that's for sure, defensively. And Moeller, I just saw in the replay, he took a real tough hit there after, but he's still in the game. It looked like that classic case of the head jocking back.
Ouch.
And they've got 3.5 seconds, and this is a 20-point lead for the Clippers. Haggerty gets the rebound and gets it for 2. So now we're up to 22 points.
That couldn't have gotten any worse of a possession if you wanted it. You had the ball, you get it stolen, you go down the foul shot, then you don't box out on the rebound, and they lays it back in. And Yarmouth is just taking it to the Bears right now.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff for the Clippers. They're up 35-13 right here on the Northeast Sports Network. And you are watching Class B Boys South Regional Semifinal action on the C.N. Brown Company Big Apple Stores and Heating Oil Division right here on the Northeast Sports Network. We'll be back in a couple minutes to break down this first half, but it's 35-13, all Clippers over the Black Bears of Maranacook.
With over 65 years in the heating oil business, C.N. Brown offers value, experience, and everyday low prices on heating oil, kerosene, liquid propane, and other fuel products. C.N. Brown operates 27 heating oil offices, 77 Big Apples, and 15 service stations throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Get the energy savings and value you deserve. Switch to C.N. Brown Company. Support the company that supports your team. Visit us at cnbrown.com to learn more.
Watching your favorite team just got easier. All of the great NSN content, including live video streams, just a click away when you download the new NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors.
When you're replacing windows in your home, Anderson 400 series windows give you more. More selection, more performance, more confidence. All from the most trusted name in windows. It's no wonder they're in more homes than any other window. Anderson 400 series windows and doors. We make replacement solutions happen.
The NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors, is available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Search Northeast Sports Network in the App Store or Google Play and start enjoying NSN at the touch of a button from anywhere.
CN Brown Company operates 77 Big Apples, 27 heating oil offices, and 15 service stations throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. We are proud to support our youth and invite teams, family, and friends to stop in for post-game snacks, energy drinks, coffee, and more. Sign up for our rewards program and earn rewards every time you shop and fuel up at our Big Apple locations. Start your day the Big Apple way. Support the company that supports your team. Fuel up at the Big Apple food stores.
Have you ever aspired to be a part of a group of classmates competing for a team state championship?
Have you ever dreamed of competing against other contestants from Maine for an individual state championship?
Then consider getting involved in one of the 27 activities sponsored or supported by the Maine Principals Association. Over 49,000 Maine high school students participated last year alone.
You will develop skills such as teamwork, leadership, perseverance, and sportsmanship.
We urge you to get involved.
Hi, this is Lenny Holmes, director of the Maine Hoops Basketball Club. Maine Hoops is the state's longest-running provider of youth tournaments and instruction. Go to mainehoops.com for a complete listing of spring activity, including club teams and tournaments. We now have non-school teams and instruction in Bangor, Waterville, and Southern Maine. Missed a tryout? You can still get on a team. Go to mainehoops.com for all details. There is something for all players, grades 4 through 11. Maine Hoops is home to the shooting school, Maine's top shooting instruction. See mainehoops.com or bettershooters.com for more details.
Do you want to develop leadership skills while networking with other student leaders?
Do you want to impact the climate and culture of your school?
Then consider attending the New England Student Leadership Conference, sponsored by the Maine Principals Association.
You will participate in motivating peer discussions and hear outstanding guest speakers.
You will connect with leaders from all over New England and develop an action plan for our state.
Ask your principal about representing Maine at beautiful Stonehill College in July.
We want you to be there.
CN Brown Company, with 77 Big Apple stores throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, proudly supports high school basketball. Online at cnbrown.com. With over 65 years in the heating oil business, CN Brown offers value, experience, and everyday low prices on heating oil, kerosene, liquid propane, and other fuel products. CN Brown operates 27 heating oil offices, 77 Big Apples, and 15 service stations throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Get the energy savings and value you deserve. Switch to CN Brown Company. Support the company that supports your team. Visit us at cnbrown.com to learn more.
Watching your favorite team just got easier. All of the great NSN content, including live video streams, just a click away when you download the new NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors.
When you're replacing windows in your home, Anderson 400 series windows give you more. More selection, more performance, more confidence. All from the most trusted name in windows. It's no wonder they're in more homes than any other window. Anderson 400 series windows and doors. We make replacement solutions happen.
NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors, is available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Search Northeast Sports Network in the App Store or Google Play and start enjoying NSN at the touch of a button from anywhere.
CN Brown Company operates 77 Big Apples, 27 heating oil offices, and 15 service stations throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. We are proud to support our youth and invite teams, family, and friends to stop in for post-game snacks, energy drinks, coffee, and more. Sign up for our rewards program and earn rewards every time you shop and fuel up at our Big Apple locations. Start your day the Big Apple way. Support the company that supports your team. Fuel up at the Big Apple food stores.
Welcome back here at the half. Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes on the Northeast Sports Network, 35-13, Lenny. Yeah. And Yarmouth was just phenomenal there in the first half.
Yeah, I can't imagine Yarmouth's had a better half of basketball this year than they just had right there. I mean, everything they did went well. Defensively it worked. Offensively it worked. So I really, when you look at a game like this, if you're Maranacook right now, what you're really saying to yourself is, if you're the coach there, is listen, guys, we can't play any worse. I don't think they can play any better. So we've just got to go out here, forget what happened in the first half, and let's try to piece something together so that we can make a run at this in the fourth quarter. I can remember it was I think it might have been 2 years ago when Poland was down here playing Greeley.
Right, that Cinderella run they had.
They were down 18, I think, at one point in the first half, and they just kept chipping away, and then all of a sudden momentum, they just took off, ended up winning that game going away against just a great Greeley team that hadn't lost. So it's not out of the question. It doesn't mean it can't happen. But you've got to right now, you've just got to manage the game and understand we take this in 4-minute spurts.
Yeah.
Let's win the first 4 minutes by 4 or 5 points. Let's win the next by 4 or 5. And let's just try to shrink it down as much as we can and give ourselves an opportunity to win this game.
And offensively, obviously Maranacook has got to do different things. Do they move the ball more? Do they try and go look inside? Because it looked like they took a lot of contested shots and not really high percentage chances.
Yeah, I would say offensively, I mean, the problem is what they like to do is the strength of what Yarmouth has. In other words, they like to penetrate. They want to get into the lane, take some shots in there. They want to really go after them. But you've got the size in there, and they're just not able to get good looks at the hoop. So, yeah, you got to adjust offensively. It would help if you knock down a couple of shots from outside. I think they've got 1-3 during the first half. So, there's everything. Everything you got to do better. Yeah, simple as that. You got to do everything better. I think more importantly for them is defensively. They got to change something up there.
Right.
That zone that they're running right now, Yarmouth's just picking it apart. At the high post, they're going high post, they're swinging it, and then they stay high with it, and it gets the zone to cheat up, and then they run someone off the baseline for a little cut. So I really think that's the key for them is defensively, they just got to get after it a little more. They can't let Yarmouth take a minute every possession because they're just down too far. So they've got to make some stuff happen.
And Alec Medizia has really filled up the stat sheet. I have him for 11 points unofficially, but what does it look like on the stat sheet?
Yeah, I can go over here and give you some of the stats for the first half. For Maranacook, Kyle Wilbur has 2. Their leading scorer's got 5 points. Kevin Moeller's got 2. And Wilbur and Moeller, as we said, they're 2 leading scorers. If they get 4 points at halftime, they're not beating anybody.
That's a disaster.
Yeah. Hayden Elwell with 3 points, 2 points as well. Levi Emery has that 1-3 for 5 points. And then Silas Moeller has 2. Over on the other side, you've got such great balance. You've got Nolan Haggerty with 4. Musay Mubarak with 6. Devin Shields Olby with 4. Bailey Darling with 8. Alec Mendiza with 11. And C.J. Cawley with 2. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids who scored points for you. They're 3 for 6 from the three-point line. Overall, they're 15 for 25 at 60%. Wow. And you're looking down the other end. And yeah, when you have a 23-point game, this might just, obviously this is what it looks like. But Maranacook's 3 for 21 at 14%. So Maranacook, new down to this area, a school that many people remember not too long ago, won 3 straight gold balls the years when Ryan Martin was there. Just a great team. They're back in the tournament, and they need to just get themselves, suck it up here right now and play hard at the end.
So they have a big hole to climb out of, but like Lenny said, these type of deficits have been they've been coming back from before. We've seen it before, and they get a quick bucket there by Emery.
Yeah, now they're going to pick up full court. As I said, they got to change some things up here defensively.
Mubarak, and they picked it off, and here's Moeller. Quickly up to Brooks. Brooks tries to bounce it, and they're going to call him for a travel.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate turnover right there. He just got too deep with it and couldn't convert.
So one quick bucket in 27 seconds here in the third quarter. Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes on the Northeast Sports Network. Winner will advance to play the winner of our second game, Lake Region and Lincoln Academy. Here's Darling. He had a big half for the Clippers in the first one. Moeller comes down with the rebound, pushes himself, takes it right at Mubarak. Over to Wilbur. He'll go back to Moeller. Moeller fakes. Gets a lot of contact there with Haggerty, but no call.
Yeah, again, getting too deep in there against that size.
And the Clippers quickly push up to Medizia. He gets the ball almost picked off by Wilbur. Wilbur loses his footing. Medizia pump fake. He'll take the 3. and drains it.
Now that's a big-time shot right there. When you're 6'7" and stepping out with a little pump fake side dribble and then hit top to the 3, that's big time.
How do you stop that? I mean, is there any way to stop that?
No, not here at this level. You got to get up right in his face is what you have to do.
Moeller, deep 3, and Emery with a big-time rebound. So that's 2 quick buckets for Levi Emery.
Yeah, nice job there by Emery to get to the weak side rebound and finish. But you can't swap baskets right now.
Right. It needs to start on the defensive side of the ball. So Emery will try and get the 3-point play here. And he does, and that's 10 points for Levi Emery. Clippers with a 20-point lead, 38-18. Darling, pump fake, takes in and out. Off the fingertips there, Medincia quickly up to Wilbur. Wilbur will take it himself, and Mubarak will get called for the foul.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there to drop that down to Elwell, and I think that might have been a little better possession there, but was lucky enough to get into the middle there and get the foul. And you can see Adam Smith right now, Coach Smith. We don't need that quick 3-side.
Right.
Okay, we're in the lead by 20. We don't need to come down and run 4 seconds off the clock and throw up a 3.
Wilbur gets the free throw. That's only his 3rd point of the game. And he went off for, I believe, 20 points in their last game. So he's a source of offense for them that they desperately need.
You know, and sometimes you step to the line, you make a couple of foul shots, and it just makes you start feeling good about what you're doing.
Medincia thought about the NBA 3. Pulls it out to Mubarak.
He's done everything else tonight.
Right. He is an impressive player. They feed the post. Emery's guarding Medincia, and too easy.
Yeah, he's just looking really good. And he's the one area where I would say if I'm going against him, he likes to put the ball in. He's kind of soft with that dribble. If you run a defender at him when he gets it in there, at least you got a chance of getting a turnover.
Get it over to Emery. Into the corner, that's Moeller. He has not had a good shooting night here. And the Clippers can build on a 20-point lead. Darling takes this 3 and drains it.
Coach says, all right, I'll let it go this time because it went in.
Well, it's interesting, Lenny, because I mean, you can play really great basketball and not shoot 65% or so like Yarmouth is.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is just one of those nights where everything's going well.
Yeah. They're getting the looks they want, and then they're connected. So
Elwell to the free throw line. He's no good.
I think you meant the foul shot was no good, not
right.
that he's no good. Don't make this personal now, okay?
Hayden Elwell is a terrific kid.
There you go.
No good on the second one. And that'll be off the fingertips of the Clippers, so a gifted possession here, and they'll keep it.
Yeah, Emery did a nice job there of keeping the ball alive, went down for it, and got knocked out of bounds off of Yarmouth.
So 43-20, the Clippers have built on that lead. Ball gets into Emery, and Darling a little too aggressive.
Interesting, again, on that play right there, as a coach sometimes you go, okay, you know, the baseline official made the call, and the guy looking at it out front didn't make the call. So you wonder if, you know, hey, but they looked like they had scouted that play well.
Moeller gets it in over to Wilbur. He'll go back to Kent Moeller. Moeller looking to dish. Wilbur rejected there by Haggerty.
Yeah. Brought it right into the middle again, and I've been saying this all game, so I feel like a broken record, but they just keep driving into the strength of the Yarmouth D.
Swatted out that time, Levi Emery, and he's really the one guy that can match up size, but that's a huge disadvantage for
Yeah,
Maranacook.
this is a nice block right here. You're going to take a look at this. He gets up, he just gets rid of it.
Good elevation.
They're still trying to get it back onto the court. Sent that one down onto Free Street.
Almost went to the Zamboni rim. And we'll take a timeout here. 4:58 to go. CN Brown Heating Oil, in business for over 65 years and proud supporters of the MPA basketball tournament. CN Brown Company offers value, experience, and everyday low prices on heating, oil, kerosene, liquid propane, and other fuel products. Learn more at cnbrown.com. Lenny, if Maranacook cannot keep trading baskets with Yarmouth, I mean, they've picked up the scoring here a little bit, but defensively they haven't been able to stop the Clippers.
Yeah, you're not, when you're down, and we talked about it at halftime, you're down by 23. Right now, you're playing a little bit better basketball, and that's nice to see, but you've just got to find a way to come out and make up stops. And again, with the offense and the way Yarmouth is playing, it's going to be a really tall task to even get this game under, in a range where you might think something's going to happen.
And Alec Medizia has been phenomenal, 16 points. If you're Maranacook, do you bring that double team every single time on him?
I think you've got to now. Yeah. I think he's just shown you too much right now. Besides the 16 points, he's got to be shooting about, whatever. I don't think he's missed but 2 shots the whole game, so he's probably shooting at about 90%. So you got to get up on him. And again, he's been a couple times, he's had turnovers when he's tried to put the ball on the floor. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
And he'll inbound it here, get it into Darling. He'll go right back down to the big man. And that pass picked off, quickly off to Elwell. And Mubarak almost steals it, but it's off his fingertips.
Great hands again by him. He's done that all game long. You think you've got something there, and all of a sudden there goes the ball the other way.
Yeah, he stays low and really gets into the opposing player's grill. Wilbur left open. Can't get it to go. Emery quick up for 2.
Yeah, Emery's played a great game here tonight. He's gotten the inside. He's been the only really consistent scorer the whole game.
Yeah, he's got 12 of their 22 points. Darling gets past. Pump fakes. Finds Medizia, and a good foul there by Emery to prevent the easy 2.
Yeah. Looked like he had thoughts of maybe he was going to put that down. He had that one hand, kind of pulled it back a little bit. I think he may have been thinking about it. And Emery said, nope, no, you're not.
I think it's probably pretty easy for him to throw the ball down.
Yeah.
Because rarely do you see a 6'7" guy who can move like he can move.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just, I'm sure if you're, you think about next level of play, if you're a college recruiter, you can see a kid you got to put on your notepad and think about, okay, where's he going to be in a year from now? Is this somebody we want to consider recruiting, especially for that D3 level, D2 level? He's got a lot of skills that I really like.
And he's got a good frame, too. I mean, you see a lot of these guys that are tall and lanky, but he's really filled out.
Yeah.
Can't get the second one, but he's got 17 on the day. Clippers doubling up the Black Bears, 44-22. 3 ball, no good. Rushed into that one by Emery.
Yeah, that was a little bit quick on that.
Now the pressure coming out, extending. Clippers pull it back out. Go down low to Haggerty, bounce to Medizia, up for 2.
That's the 3rd or 4th time Haggerty in that low post has found one of his teammates for an easy lay-in. It's going to be a travel out front on that, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of got it caught on his back there.
Yep. I mean, on that play there, obviously Medizia is going to get the credit for the hoop, but you got to look at Haggerty. It looks like a great little bounce pass in the finish on that.
And what movement there by Medizia. He weaved in and out of 3 defenders and was able to get it up. I don't know if I've seen a team play as well as Yarmouth has in the last week or so. 46-22. They are ready for tonight. Darling drills it. We might see one of the highest field goal percentage of all week.
Yeah, they are just. Oh.
So we'll call a block foul.
No, it's Mubarak, I guess, for a reach beforehand. If we look here on the replay, kind of.
I think that was. Yeah, they called on Mubarak, but it looks like it might have been Darling who actually got the foul.
I see. It's because of that reach from behind as he went by.
And that's 3 on Mubarak. That's really the only thing. If we're nitpicking, the Clippers do have quite a bit of fouls here, and the Black Bears have avoided that so far. But we're nitpicking.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact they're just not getting up on people defensively. Sometimes it's not good to have no fouls.
Right.
You have to question, how's our defensive intensity going?
And they'll take out Mubarak, and coming back in is Devin Shields-Obel.
You watch him embark and how quick his hands are. You wonder if he spent any time in a gym with the boxing gloves on, because he would be dangerous.
Right. He comes out for a breather. Shields Oboe will come back in and push the tempo. And Moeller coming out on him, extending that pressure. Looks like that's going to be a trip on Brooks. So Maranacook really struggling here, getting doubled up 48-24. Shields Oboe rejected by Smith.
Yeah, it took just a little bit too long to get that shot off. I think he was surprised how open he was.
They'll push it. Here's Wilbur. Wilbur gets fouled that time. I think that's going to be
I think that was on 14.
O'Donnell,
Yeah.
Connor O'Donnell. You can see there on the replay, Fortin coming over, but after they called the foul. And
If you're Yarmouth right now, you really don't want to foul. You know what I mean? The clock is in your favor. You got them doubled up here by 24. You really probably just say, let's just play straight up D. Let's make them earn shots. They get one, let's go. Let's not put them on the line, have them score points with the clock not running.
Yeah, they've got 11 minutes, and then they are on to the regional final. And no free throws. Neither of those are good for Wilbur.
It's just not his day.
Yeah. And it's clearly Yarmouth's day. Haggerty splits the defender up for two.
Oh, my goodness. Right now, Yarmouth is, as we like to say, the team is in the zone. Look at this nice little crossover, then step through.
Well, you wonder, are they going to save anything left for Saturday night?
Well, that's a great point, because you've seen teams do this who just are, they have one of these games where everything is going in, and then they come back the next night and nothing falls.
And if you're Lake Region or Lincoln Academy right now, you're probably not too thrilled about how the Yarmouth is playing. Watching this game. Wilbur, jumper, gets it to go. That's 3 for him.
Yeah, nice job there. He caught it right in rhythm, didn't get a chance to think about it, and nailed it.
And Kent Moeller did great to create that hole. Haggerty again off the dribble, and the foul drawn from behind Emery, and he pushed Fortin there a little bit after the play.
Yeah, I think there's frustration. You came here with high hopes. He gets crossed here again, goes a thing, called for the reach in on that.
He didn't like how close Fortin got to him after.
Fortin looks like one of those players that gets close to you.
Right.
Can kind of aggravate a little bit.
Haggerty good on the first. He's got 7 on the day.
Got Torres, a freshman, coming into the game.
Second one no good. Pushed up by the Black Bears. They're looking for quick points. Moeller gets rejected by Haggerty, and again, Nolan Haggerty having a great game for the Clippers. They've got 2:15 to go right here on the Northeast Sports Network in cruise control. 51.
Ooh, one too many there.
Travel on Haggerty. Start your day the Big Apple way. Support the community that supports your team. Fuel up at Big Apple stores. As you're watching right here on the Northeast Sports Network, we'll have Lincoln Academy and Lake Region coming up after this one. You can also check out all of the action on the Northeast Sports Network across the state. Wilbur. He's going to get to go to the free throw line. A reach and foul. You didn't like that one, Lenny.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? It's getting a little at the point here where you're Yarmouth, you're getting a little too close, and now the officials are starting to call this game a little bit tighter than they were.
Well, and you're almost at the point where you can play good defense, let them shoot, and if they catch fire, they're still, quite a bit down.
Yeah, yep.
Like you said earlier, you just can't have them score when the clock stops.
Yeah, just keep playing.
So Kyle Wilbur gets into double figures. That's 11 for him, and Emery is too, but just no help outside of that between those two.
Yeah, you notice right now Yarmouth's got 2 freshmen on the floor. Noah Eckersley-Ray just checked in. And I'll tell you this, you've seen my ads on here. do a lot of the off-season basketball tournaments, and I can tell you this Yarmouth group of freshmen they have coming up through is a special group of kids. They've got a ton of talent, one of the best freshman groups in the state. So Yarmouth's got some, they're going to be in this for a while now.
And you can't underestimate getting freshmen and sophomores experience on this type of environment, because you don't see this at all until tournament time.
Right, exactly.
There's Torres. He's getting flanked. They get it over to O'Donnell. And up to Cauley, one of the captains of this Clippers team. His pass gets rejected, trying to go in to Noah Eckersley-Ray. And another foul. And now we're in a bonus position.
Yeah, it's actually the 8th team foul.
Yeah, that's the one thing if you're nitpicking for the Clippers. They have quite a bit of fouls. I mean, nobody really in that bad of foul trouble, but they've spread them out across the team.
Well, you know, you have your reserves in the game right now, and Coach Smith's elected to go with them a little bit earlier than you probably normally would. Okay, but they want to play aggressive. They want to impress the coach, so they're going to still come out there and play hard.
Kent Muller was no good on the first free throw, so 1-on-1 type of situation, and he is the fuel of this Maranacook team, and with only 2 points, you just got to chalk it up to a bad day for Kent Muller. That one from Eckersley-Ray, and he's good.
Freshman on the board.
That's a 7th score for the Clippers. And you can see no fear of freshman coming in a minute into it, and he takes his first shot. No good from Emery. 53-29, 1 minute to go. And now Jackson McFedrin will come in. He'll give a breather to Jason Brooks.
And I kind of like what Coach Smith doing here, putting these reserve type players in the game while Maranacook still has their starters out on the floor. So it's not like that they're going out there with junk time or garbage time.
Mop-up duty.
They're going to get some experience playing against another team's top line. So that's a good strategy and a good way to build your program.
Absolutely, and you can tell Maranacook has not taken off the effort. I mean, they're still going after every ball. It's just been a case of one team hitting their shots and the other team struggling. They go down low. Kick it over, that is to Gibson Harnett, who's come in, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of foul calls right now, and with the game being out of hand at 24, I mean, we're still in the third quarter, so I guess you could say anything can happen, but.
Good strong take to the hoop by Harnett. First one is good. So that's the 8th Clipper with points today.
I think the 7th grader who sang the national anthem, last name was Harnett as well. So might be a younger sister. I think that's what I heard.
I remember the first name, Parker. Moeller again. And another foul, and you are about to pull your hair out over here.
Good. Guys, let them play a little bit of basketball here. I mean, it's really, this hasn't been called the entire game, and now we're going to be 10 fouls in the third quarter, and I understand there was a little bit of touch, but maybe if you're Yarmouth, you say, hey, let's just go sit back in the zone and let them pass the ball around.
Moeller good on the first one. Yeah, we're on pace to be ahead of schedule here, but then they have to slow us down.
Yeah, we're going to be this pace. We're not going to be near ahead of schedule.
Both free throws good. 55-31, 24-point lead.
Not that I don't love being here.
Best time of year.
That's right, without a question.
Noah Eckersley-Ray over to Torres. Get freshman to freshman back. Good strong take there, but rejected recovery by Emery.
Yeah, it was a great catch on that pass.
Moeller almost moved his pivot foot. Triple team comes, and a jump ball will actually go with the Clippers. How quickly they triple teamed him right there, didn't give him anywhere to go. They call
somebody for a technical.
Looked like that might have been Connor O'Donnell. Gibson Harnett, okay. That's 10 team fouls, Lenny, and it's still the third quarter. he's got his head in his hands. He must have said something.
Oh, yeah, clearly. I think he gave the official his opinion of the call. The official did not appreciate him giving his opinion.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, what else was he going to call there? A foul on the Clippers?
And I don't understand.
That was either a jump ball or a foul.
I think they called the jump ball.
Yeah.
But I think he heard the whistle and just reacted and thought he was calling a
Oh,
foul.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think, with the number of fouls they've had piling up, just got frustrated.
So 55-33. If not for lights out shooting, the foul trouble would be a problem, but it obviously isn't.
Yeah.
10 seconds left. Wilbur kicks over, finds Moeller in the corner, can't get it to go, tipped and taken down. The rebound, and at the end of 3, it is 55-33. Yarmouth in cruise control. You're watching Class B Boys South Regional Semifinal action right here on the CN Brown Company Big Apple Stores and Heating Oil Division. Northeast Sports Network fourth quarter coming up.
Have you ever aspired to be a part of a group of classmates competing for a team state championship?
Have you ever dreamed of competing against other contestants from Maine for an individual state championship?
Then consider getting involved in one of the 27 activities sponsored or supported by the Maine Principals Association. Over 49,000 Maine high school students participated last year alone.
You will develop skills such as teamwork, leadership, perseverance, and sportsmanship.
We urge you to get involved.
Hi, this is Lenny Holmes, director of the Maine Hoops Basketball Club. Maine Hoops is the state's longest-running provider of youth tournaments and instruction. Go to mainehoops.com for a complete listing of spring activity, including club teams and tournaments. We now have non-school teams and instruction in Bangor, Waterville, and Southern Maine. Missed a tryout? You can still get on a team. Go to mainehoops.com for all details. There is something for all players, grades 4 through 11. Maine Hoops is home to the shooting school, Maine's top shooting instruction. See mainehoops.com or bettershooters.com for more details.
Fourth quarter coming up here on the Northeast Sports Network. Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes from the Cross Arena in Portland. Medicia for 3 off the front rim. Almost saved by Shields Obel, but out of bounds.
Now look at Coach Smith. What are we thinking here? I put you guys back in the game. You catch it, and 5 seconds into the game, you jack a 3.
Well, on one hand, he's got to be thrilled with their shooting performance, but on the other hand, he can't be thrilled with how many fouls they've had as well.
Yeah, he's got the starters back into the game right now. I think he wanted to just give them one more run before the end of this game. They'll probably go maybe I would bet no more than 3 minutes or so. But again, he knows he's got a game on Saturday.
Right.
Wants to get them back out on the floor one more time here. Let them run up and down.
They push the ball well there. Moeller gets called with a block foul and gave a bit of body to Mubarak. He'll drain the free throw. And Moose Mubarak, who had a good spell there on the bench, but he's been terrific for the Clippers defensively, setting the tone for that defense right at the top.
Yep, absolutely.
Moeller finding Emery. Kent Moeller just it actually gets that's one of the only bounces he's had so far today.
Yeah, and you notice though that was a pull-up jumper. What I had said earlier was he continued to try to drive it into there, and this time he took what the defense gave him and was able to convert.
Here's Mubarak. Shields Obel. Yarmouth still with a 21-point lead. Darling feeds the big man, Medicia, too strong. Rebound fought for, and Medicia is going to get up. He dragged down Emery. A little slow to get up, and 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah. I think you sit on the bench there for a while when you're in a nice little rhythm, and then you come back to the game and you see something like this happening often. However, you don't want to compound the miss with I used to call it the 94-foot foul. You're down this end of the floor. They clearly got possession. We don't need you using a foul up here.
There's nothing that frustrates a coach more than that.
Absolutely.
Levi Emery gets a bucket. He's actually had a quietly good day for the Black Bears. That's his 13th point of the day.
Yeah, I think he's been their most solid player consistently here tonight.
Second one good. And also, Lenny, we have the dynamic here. Western Maine Conference, arguably one of the best conferences in all of Maine. And then the KVAC, which is obviously a tier down from that. That might be a reason for one of the separation here tonight.
Yeah, and I think, again, when you look at it, and it's not that the KVAC doesn't produce great teams. It's just the depth of the talent in the Western Maine Conference year after year. It's just a little bit more.
And now with unlocking the conferences, it's even better because you can play within your conference, and then you can go challenge a little bit outside and play some of those better schools from other conferences.
Yeah, and that's been my favorite part. I think of the new 5-class designation, and also changing the heel points to just 2-point difference between the classes. I talked about that a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
It allowed teams to say, you know what, I'm okay. I'll schedule the guy next door. I can schedule, if I'm AA, I can schedule an A team because it's not that big disparity that there used to be between them.
Remember that play or the time that you beat your rival? Purchase an NSN DVD, and you will not only remember them, you can watch them over and over again. Visit the store at nsnsports.net to purchase this game and many more on DVD. And also, check out all the other action across the state. Tons and tons of going on. We touched on it earlier. Hammond Academy went down last night. The Washburn girls went down today. They won 5 straight titles. So actually quite a bit of upsets across the state.
Yeah, when you look at it, the tournament yesterday was not a day to be a number 1.
Yeah, Greeley went down.
Yep.
Rebound taken down by Moeller. Bounce pass. Pump fake. And a little bit of a late call there, but Haggerty will get the foul. And this will bring Brian Riley to the free throw line.
These officials are going to wear a path out over there to half court. Walking over.
I think they're under the assumption that they get called or they get paid per foul.
Well, then they've earned their money.
That would make a little bit more sense, right?
Yeah. They're on overtime right now.
Riley was no good with the first. Second one is good. That's his first point of the day.
They were just about that, but in reality, too, Yarmouth is just, I'm not sure what they're thinking with their defensive play right now. You don't need to keep committing fouls with your team up by 20 points. You want to get out of this thing.
You don't want to develop bad habits that'll turn over either. Look at him, just so much bigger, taller, and stronger than everybody else. They go back down, feed it into him. Too strong, but gets the bounce.
Yeah, nice little bounce on that. Good little soft touch.
I have him unofficially for 21 points on the day.
Well, we've lost our stats, so we're going to have to count on you the rest of the way.
Emery.
Nice job there by Emery.
That's 16 for him.
And I don't really think Coach Smith right now is happy with the way his team is finishing. They're giving up easy offside rebounds, not really playing hard to the finish.
Double dribble call there. Must have picked it up and dribbled it again.
I didn't see it there on the on that play, but I'm not the one who gets paid to see it, so it doesn't matter.
Well, and Lenny, to your point, I mean, they're up 18, but I'm sure there's a little bit of a sour note in Coach Smith because he knows that his team could play better here.
Yeah, he played so well. I mean, he's seen them play so well in this first half.
Mubarak with the floater, no good. A little bit of Rajon Rondo there. Elwell streaking up the floor for 2.
I mean, got the game down to 16 now. And Yarmouth looks just completely out of rhythm.
58-42 on the Northeast Sports Network. Ladecia strong to the hoop, but too strong off the glass. Moeller will push, bounce it in at Silas Moeller, who goes down pretty strong. And he'll get 2 free throws.
And again, scoring points with the clock stopped. And I really feel like right now Coach Smith is like, hey, fellas, this is a 32-minute game. It doesn't end after, 24 minutes. We got to play the full 32.
Get the energy savings and value you deserve. Switch to CN Brown Company. Support the company that supports your team. Visit us at cnbrown.com to learn more. And if you're Coach Smith, do you just tell your guys to take a breather, work the ball around a little bit more, and play defense but not commit fouls.
Yeah, I think what you got to do right now, they're just getting their butts beat back on transition baskets. I mean, the shot goes up, they're jogging back. They don't have the same intensity that they had earlier on. And again, he's going to call it here and say, and you can see him, he's animated right now. And I know Coach Smith well. I actually played college basketball for 1 year with him. He's a fiery competitor. And I can tell you, he's not happy with what he's seeing here right now. He's done a great job at Yarmouth, a school that for years nobody ever heard of in basketball. Right. And then the last 5 years, they've won a gold ball, and they're competitive for championships every year. So he's done a great job there, and it's that intensity he brings to the court.
Where did you guys play, and who was the better player?
Well, let's just say we played together. He watched more than I did. He saw me play more than I saw him play.
He was a good bench guy.
He was a very good player off the bench.
So that was good for Silas Moeller. Back to a 15-point game. Gets them both. You kind of wonder if this game started at the half. Maybe we're talking about a different game.
Well, you know, it's hard to say, you know, but now here we go again.
Elwell, too strong off the
Oh, that would have been a big basket to get that down to 12.
Mubarak comes up with the rebound himself.
I got to imagine right now Yarmouth's going to take a little bit of time off this clock.
Right. I don't know why you wouldn't. Fortin comes out. They try and feed down low. Here's Shields Oval. They do get it to Medicia. Almost picked off, but Medicia strong for two.
Yeah. And it really could have. They haven't had an answer for him the entire game.
He's been a matchup nightmare. Rebound tracked down. This time by Darling.
Yeah, a good possession here, and not going to happen.
Picked off by Wilbur. He'll take it straight to the hoop. Too strong. Moeller comes back and gets it for two.
Yeah, you gotta respect the Maranacook kids here. They've played the whole way.
14-point game, 60-46. Yarmouth looking to take a little bit of air out of the ball.
So you say.
Medicia too strong on that one. The refs are going to say it's going to stay with the Clippers, so they got bailed out there.
I think that was the right call.
Yeah, and you wonder, I mean, Medicia had 23 points, but why take that shot right there?
No, you don't need it. And again, what you're trying to use this last 3 or 4 minutes for is teaching points.
Yeah.
You know, we're in a position here, time and score.
Almost picked off by Wilbur. Fought for it down low. This will be a jump ball, and it'll go with Maranacook. Coach Smith was a little upset down there. I don't know if he was looking for a call or.
I think he was. I think he thinks there was some contact there. He's certainly been whistled for, I don't even know how many fouls now in this second half.
Yeah.
Board says 10, but they always stop it at 10.
It's got to be at least 15.
Yeah.
They had 10 in the third quarter. Wilbur almost loses his footing to Brooks. Moeller, pump fake. Back to Wilbur, who loses his dribble.
Yeah, just too much dribbling on that.
Reach and foul on the Black Bears. And now they're in the double bonus as well. So this will come up for 2 free throws. C.N. Brown Company with 77 Big Apple stores throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont proudly supports high school basketball online at cnbrown.com. Again, the winner of this game, which will more than likely be the Clippers, will advance to take on the winner of the 1-seed Lake Region and the 4-seed Lincoln Academy. And Lake Region and Yarmouth actually split this year. Lake Region took the last one 63-53. So the free throw was good. Both are good.
Nice touch again.
That's 25 for him. Brooks fake to Moeller all the way over. Finds Elwell. Actually, that's Silas Moeller who took that. Kent Moeller gets the block. No good. Medicia
Battle
comes
in
down
there.
with it.
Or called jump ball.
Wilbur and Medicia, nobody wants to let go of the ball.
That'll be Yarmouth ball.
2:45.
And again, you're just kind of looking for, in this game here, you have to respect that Maranacook continued to play right to the end.
Yeah, they actually played a lot better here in the second half, you'd have to say, than they did in the first. 46-62 they trail. Off the backboard, no good. And another foul.
You heard that little clap of hands there. That's me as the coach in me going, what are you doing? You just took a running one-hander off the backboard, and then you chase the guy down and hack him 94 feet from the basket.
And I was just looking it up for reference. The most points scored in a Class B game was by Andy Bedard from Mountain Valley back in 1994, 43 points.
I was going to say, let me guess, because I think I would have gotten that one.
In Class A, it was John Simmons last year, 42 points. I remember that game. Silas Moeller, good with both. (62-48), so back to 14. They'll go all the way back up to O'Donnell. Actually, Colley. He'll kick over to O'Donnell. And back out. A little over 2 minutes to go. Yarmouth just looking to see out these final 120 seconds. Mubarak will add a couple more points. He's got 9 on the day. And this will be, if he hits this, this will be the fourth clipper, or third clipper in double figures.
Wilbur fouled out. Just a junior, so he'll have another opportunity next year.
Yeah, Wilbur had 13 points today, but I'm sure he'd tell you he didn't have the greatest day. Mubarak gets that one to go, so he does get into double figures. And Lenny, you talk about it. Mubarak with 10, Darling with 13, and Medicia with 25.
Yeah, good balance there. They probably have a couple more with.
Another foul coming up here. Oh, well, we'll get a chance for the three-point play. You're becoming uncomfortable over here.
I am. I'm biting my tongue because I'm just watching basketball. We want to watch good basketball.
Right.
And really, the hard part is the first half of this game was such
phenomenal.
Good basketball. And then you come in this last 7 or 8 minutes here, and you're not playing smart. You know, you're taking fouls you shouldn't take, shots you shouldn't take, and not trying to be overcritical. They all want to make plays, and I completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you make your teaching points.
Well, I guess the silver lining is that I'm sure they're not going to be coming out of this game too cocky. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a post-game talk where they talk all this over.
You know, but the reality is if I'm Coach Smith, you get out of here with the win, and you probably want to go in and kind of talk about the positive because it was so ugly there in the second half with the way we seen the game finish. You don't want your team thinking about that. You'd rather have them sit down and think about, you know, hey, all the great stuff we did. Let's forget that other stuff and let's go on to the next game.
I believe that's 9 Clippers with a point here today. And less than a minute to go. 67-50, one of their best team efforts of the year. Fortin, pass picked off, but stepped out of bounds.
Yep, nice job there with the creating the turnover, but just unfortunately wasn't in bounds when he did it.
Start your day the Big Apple way. Support the community that supports your team. Fuel up at Big Apple stores. Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes, and the Black Bears will make 5 substitutions here, so this one all but over 50 seconds to go, but stay with us because we'll have Lake Region and Lincoln Academy coming up in probably about 20 minutes from now.
Yeah, so we've got one half of the Class B Southern Regional Final.
Yeah, and the other one was played last night in the north, and it was Ellsworth and I believe Orono that advanced. Both games were really close, so we'll have to see who comes out of there. Eckersley Ray with another jumper.
It's his second basket.
.30 seconds to go, 69-50. And, I mean, but also, what's the point of even calling a foul at this point? I mean, there didn't seem to be all that much right there.
You play for 32 minutes, you ref for 32 minutes. And that's what we have happening here.
Yeah, and over on the North B side, Orono and Old Town played yesterday. 52-51, Orono won. That's got to be a really interesting rivalry with those two teams that neighbor each other.
Sure. And Austin Vining for Maranacook gets his name in the scoring column as a senior, so he's pretty happy about that call of a foul.
69-51, 20 seconds ago. Torres loses his man, takes it. Oh, they're going to call a travel, actually. Lost his pivot foot. So 12.2. But I guess big takeaways here, Lenny. Fantastic. I mean, survive at advance, and they put up almost 70 points.
Yeah, they played a great. I mean, we saw the second half. What did they have? 35 at the end of the first half. So they put up another 34 points in the second half, even though it wasn't pretty. But they certainly played. They were the much better team this evening. Excuse me. And they count that one. Come on, give it to him. Give it to him. No, they're not going to. But going back to what we had here was, a Yarmouth team was the better basketball team today. They beat them on the regular season by 10, came out here tonight and really just took the heart out of them right away. And
you can hear.
Yeah, we got a band going here. I can't hear myself.
The Lake Region band, who's pretty infamous over here. They're getting ready to go. Lake Region, Lincoln Academy getting ready to go. 69-51. You're watching Class B Boys South Regional semifinal action right here on the CN Brown Company Big Apple Stores and Heating Oil Division right here on the Northeast Sports Network. We'll come back and close this one out right after this.
CN Brown Company operates 77 Big Apples, 27 heating oil offices, and 15 service stations throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. We are proud to support our youth and invite teams, family, and friends to stop in for post-game snacks, energy drinks, coffee, and more. Sign up for our rewards program and earn rewards every time you shop and fuel up at our Big Apple locations. Start your day the Big Apple way. Support the company that supports your team. Fuel up at the Big Apple food stores.
Do you want to develop leadership skills while networking with other student leaders?
Do you want to impact the climate and culture of your school?
Then consider attending the New England Student Leadership Conference, sponsored by the Maine Principals Association.
You will participate in motivating peer discussions and hear outstanding guest speakers.
You will connect with leaders from all over New England and develop an action plan for our state.
Ask your principal about representing Maine at beautiful Stonehill College in July.
We want you to be there.
Back at the Cross Arena in Portland, Maine, Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes. 69-51, Clippers advance. And obviously, Lenny, a total team effort. Alec Medicia, 25 points. Also chipping in Mubarak and Darling and really everybody on this team. Fantastic effort, and they survive in advance.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game at this time of year is get that win and move on to your next one. But I think they'll take that first half of basketball and they'll kind of just, if you're the coach, hey, let's go watch this because this is what we want to see every time we play a game. Now, again, the next team who they'll take on will be another very, very good basketball team. If the seeds hold and it's Lake Region, then you've got a team you've played twice. Those two teams don't know each other so well.
Right.
Split, so you've got that. You got to go against. And if it's the number 4 team with the upset, you got a team with a heck of a lot of momentum that was able to get by a number 1 seed. So this next one for them, yeah, you celebrate tonight, but you've got one day for practice to get yourself ready for a regional championship.
And that regional championship will be on Saturday right here on the Northeast Sports Network. And then for the Black Bears, Lenny, obviously they didn't have it tonight, but a lot to be proud for. 17 wins this year, just didn't have it tonight.
Yeah, it didn't work out for them the way they wanted to, obviously, but they got a chance to get down here to the Portland area, come down here in the big arena, the Cross Arena, and really, I think you go back in there and you say, what you say to you, what you mentioned is, you say to your kids, hey, you know what, wasn't our night, just wasn't our night, but be proud of what you accomplished, and I'm sure their community is very proud of them.
Yeah, KVAC championship they had there. And that'll do it for us for the first game. But coming up in just about 15 minutes, we'll have the 1 seed Lake Region and the 4 seed Lincoln Academy. And just early on here, Lenny, how do you think these two teams are going to match up?
Well, I haven't gotten the chance to see Lincoln Academy much. I saw them a little bit. They play in a fall basketball league that we run. So they're a good team. They're strong. They're competitive. But they're going against a really good team in this Lake Region senior-laden team that's been coming to the tournament now with a lot of these kids for 3 years. And I can tell you this, they've got one thing on their mind, and that's going home with a gold ball. And so Lincoln will have their work cut out for them, and we'll talk a little bit more about it maybe a few minutes before the game time.
Yeah, we got 15 minutes to go, so we'll take a couple minutes here, break, and come back for the second one from the Cross Arena at Russ Thompson and Lenny Holmes. You're watching Class B South Regional action right here on the Northeast Sports Network. We'll be back with the second one in just a couple minutes.
Watching your favorite team just got easier. All of the great NSN content, including live video streams, just a click away when you download the new NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors.
When you're replacing windows in your home, Anderson 400 series windows give you more. More selection, more performance, more confidence. All from the most trusted name in windows. It's no wonder they're in more homes than any other window. Anderson 400 series windows and doors. We make replacement solutions happen.
NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors, is available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Search Northeast Sports Network in the App Store or Google Play and start enjoying NSN at the touch of a button from anywhere.